All right. Well, welcome. This is the third week or the third video with Learning R with Amber Matteson and John Grahe, or Amber Matteson teaching John Grahe R. I am John Grahe, and
I'm Amber Matteson.
all right. And so I've already started the task so that you didn't have to wait for me to make sure my libraries were loaded. So we're working on lesson 3 now. Or lab 3, available at osf.io/xksv9. If you're looking at the screen, we loaded ggplot2, car, psych, and read Excel. What is ggplot for?
ggplot is for data visualization, and it allows you to graph and model your data.
Okay. Car?
And car, it's a package that is installed in base R, and it has a lot of data, and I forgot what else.
It has data in it.
Yeah.
And then library, we've worked with library before. And read Excel, is that to read Excel files?
Yes, it is.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Read and write Excel files.
Read and write Excel files.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm working my way through. Our first thing is to make sure that we have the right working directory. Let's check to see our working directory and see if I already have that set up. This is already going where I want it to go.
Yep.
And then we're going to read file in, read Excel. Now the question is whether or not I have that data set where it's supposed to be, right?
Yep.
Do you think it's there?
It should be there.
From before?
Yes. You can always get it on the OSF page if you don't.
If I don't have it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else can certainly get it there. It looks like it was there,
yes.
right? Or that would have yielded an error.
Mm-hmm.
So what that did was that created an object called EME2 from a data file called EME2R500N, which is the data set where we've randomly selected 500
That's
subjects. Right. The next thing you want us to do is look at the structure of the EME2 objects. EME2 objects lists. What's list len mean?
So this allows you to view all of the variables within the data set. Because last time you used this structure, it created a truncated list, but now you can see all of the variables.
List len means all somehow. All right, I don't know how that works out. Okay, so we looked at it, and that's for us to just see everything, to pick the variables we want, I guess.
Yeah.
And then these are a little longer, so I'm going to actually copy and paste them over. We'll see how many of these work as they were intended.
Okay, good.
Oh, that worked.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. So I created a variable called EME2 idea negative. Is that recoding variables?
Yes, it is.
All right. I'm tired of trying to grab these because I can't see them, so I'm going to just pull all 3 of them over.
Okay, that's fine.
Again, if you're watching this video, we want you to type these in and not copy and paste like I'm doing them, so
that's
that
right.
you can experience them more.
Mm-hmm. So for this, we're creating a new variable that is the means across the rows for the idea
Expiration.
Expiration variable. It's the means of the idea 1 and idea 2 variable, but you want to get the means across the rows and not the whole column, because you're trying to get it for each subject.
Each subject.
Mm-hmm.
And so row means says get it for the subject.
Yes.
Here.
Mm-hmm.
So create a variable in the EME2 dataset called idea 8 exploration recode. Make that out of the means from variables 1 and 2.
That's right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did it for negativity, identity, and feeling in between.
That's right.
All right. And that's what this paragraph here says, is it?
The paragraph is also explaining the how you pick different things. So the row, when you inside the square brackets, anything before the comma
is row.
Row data.
You're pointing to this right here.
Yeah, and anything after is column data. And so if you wanted to do something that was related to a column, you would put in your information after the comma. And so here, it's...
you don't have anything else before it because you want the rows.
That's right.
So you want these columns. Would I have an R if I wanted rows?
Would you have an R?
Well, you have a C. Is that for columns?
No, that's concatenate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Put together.
Yeah.
All right. A $sign doesn't mean the same thing as in Excel, which means hold. It means grab that one thing. Mm-hmm. All right. So we already had those data, those data completed from the EME2 team. So now we can we're creating a data set here called Check My Work. Mm-hmm. Check My Work. So what's Check My Work do? It's making a data set that is putting together the 4 variables we created with the 4 variables that already existed.
That's right.
Okay.
Just to compare to make sure that... Yeah, checking. Okay. And it looks like they do match.
All right.
The next step is to reverse code a variable. And you use the recode function for that. And you tell it what you want each number to equal instead.
1 to 2.
2 to 3.
3 to 4. 4 to 1. Very good.
Yep.
And then we're going to create a data frame to look at both the recoded and the original variable.
That's right.
And we can see here that a 4 becomes a 1 and a 3 becomes a 2 and so on.
That's correct.
All right. And so now we're going to grab things that are before and after the election date.
That's correct.
So the survey measured people across time and before and after the 2016 presidential election. So we're going to look at the data as it looks before and after. So you want us to look at the structure again?
Yes, because we want to make sure that it's listed as a factor. Uh-oh. What'd you do?
What do you mean, what did I do?
Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah.
What did you think I did wrong?
Oh, you can actually just select the variable that you want to look at, and you don't have to pull up the whole list.
Well, I was just copying what you told me to look at.
Yeah.
And so
is it?
If I look at just this,
yep,
that's what you thought I was going to do.
Yes. And right now it's listed as a number, and you don't want that.
I don't want that to be a number.
No, you want it to be a factor.
A factor. And so to make that number a factor... Oh, it's up above?
Yeah.
How did I miss that while we were doing that?
I don't know. No, check it again.
Now check it again.
Mm-hmm.
What am I typing to check it? Oh, this.
Yes.
To see what the structure is.
Yeah. You can just...
I could what?
Oh, you could. You answered question. Never mind.
And now it's a factor instead of a number.
Yep.
And now we can do things with it.
That's right.
Because otherwise it would not, you wouldn't be able to do a t-test, which is where we're going.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah.
Not a t-test.
Well, not in this lesson. We'll do a t-test later.
Later. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to make a file called mindfulness histogram. And then that histogram, I'm going to read this, use the mindfulness scale. The title should be frequency distribution of mindfulness scores. The x-axis should be mindfulness scores. The y-axis should be frequency. You're going to make it blue with a black border.
That's right.
Uh-oh, we got a problem. I wonder if it's the...
Mindfulness scores are not numeric. So you'll have to change the mindfulness scores to as a number.
As number.
And so
Amy $2 $. You're not helping me.
mindfulness.
Not you, I mean the computer.
Okay.
The mindfulness scale, right?
Yes.
And then this, is this right?
Yes.
And then as number.
As numeric.
Oh, numeric.
Mhm.
Now it was helping me.
Yeah.
And then type the same thing.
Yep. There you go. Very good.
And now if I grab that same thing again. What's div dot off?
The development of the histogram is off. So now that you've made the histogram, you need to turn it off.
Why do I need to turn it off?
Okay. I don't know.
You don't know. All right. What did that do?
It means
By turning it off, what happened?
it's I think if you create another histogram under that, it will rewrite the file. And so you want to be able to save it before you start doing other things.
Development off saves that as something.
Yes.
So I should now be able to go look at it.
Yep.
Up in plots, maybe.
Yep. Not plots, because plots opens up without if you're not saving it.
Under file.
Yeah. There you go.
There we go. All right. Made a histogram. Now, it's not a frequency distribution of the mind. It's a histogram of the mindfulness scores rather than a frequency distribution. I mean, I don't want to confuse any 232 students that are pretending come along learning with us. All right, next we're going to use different bin sizes to visualize the data. Okay, default was whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
And so do I need both of these to do what I want?
We're going to create 2 more histograms, so you want to use both just to compare what bin sizes can do to you. Yeah.
Apparently that didn't copy.
Okay, good, very good. So you created a sequence of numbers from 0 to 6, and you're counting by 2.
2, 3, okay. And then here, it's here's numbers by, so there's 16 of these, and there's 3 of these.
That's right.
All right. And then we're going to redo this, and I might as well just do the whole thing, right?
Yeah, you can.
Although I can't do that. I'll have to type the deviation off thing. Development off, not deviation.
You're stuck in stats mode.
Right. Well, that wasn't what I thought it was going to do. By the way, you got to div dot off, open close.
There you go.
All right, and now it's up here again.
Yep.
Under files.
Yep, right there. On the very bottom.
Okay.
Okay.
And now I'm going to make another one.
Yep.
And now I can highlight them all. And now the third one. Now try this again with the age variable. We're not going to do that, but
yeah,
they should.
They should.
They should.
And this is a great time to use the help function to see what kinds of options you have within that, within the hist. So if you do help, and then hist inside the there. It lists all the arguments that you can use.
Can I make this bigger?
Yeah.
Here?
Yep. Oh, no. That's the one. Right here.
Here?
Oh, you'll have to...
Make it bigger. So this is all of the things I could say,
Yes,
and then this is telling me what each of those does.
that's right. And you can do shading inside the columns, and you can change the angle of the shades and how dense they are. It's pretty interesting.
Very good.
Yeah. Just have fun with it, is all I can say.
Okay. Here?
Yep.
So I'm going to look at the structure of this. The variable role transitions importance, and it's a CHR.
That says character, so that needs to be changed
to a number.
Number. Mm-hmm.
And you've got the code here, I'm sure.
Nope.
Let's see. It's as number, but I have to say, do I have to restate the name?
Yes.
EMI to $MO. That?
I think so. Yep.
Yeah. And then this, and then as number,
As
numeric. And then just re-say it, right?
Yep.
And of course, as soon as somebody's watching you type, your normal ability to type is
diminished greatly.
Yeah. Mine certainly is at the moment. Yes?
Yes. Very good.
Numeric was introduced by coercion. Is that what that means?
NAs. So there's...
Not applicable.
Yes.
So there's data in there that's no good.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of that being listed as an NA, it's now listed as missing data. Yeah. Okay.
Well, now it's listed as an NA.
The missing data is now listed as that.
Yes.
Make a plot.
Mm-hmm.
Make a plot. Ooh, that's ugly.
You may have to change
really ugly.
the MOAR role transition achievement to a number as well.
Oh, yeah. What is it? The role tree achievement.
Mm-hmm.
So if you notice me doing that, by just hitting the up arrow, I get the last command, and I hit it twice to get what I wanted. Okay, so now if I go back to and redo that, you're saying maybe I'll get a better plot now.
Yeah.
Nothing's on it.
But nothing's on it. Interesting.
Oh, so you expected nothing to be on it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You need to give it some aesthetics.
I need to tell it things.
Yes.
And this is going to tell it things?
Yes, it is.
Are they two different lines or one line?
One line. There's a plus sign. So with ggplot, you usually add a plus sign to continue to add different layers of the plot. There you go.
So that said, jitter means scatter plot.
Yeah. Well, no, jitter, it tells you how to use the dots. So it'll
so there's no dots line on the top of itself.
Yes.
But before, when we were looking at the last one, when it was just this, was there a scatter plot? Why didn't we see anything?
Because you have to tell it how to place the dots.
But it placed the dots. But it placed the dots without placing them.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why it took me so long to learn R, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And we're going to take it bigger here?
Yes, but this time we're actually using the EMI to election date factor to differentiate between before or after election data. Very good.
So before is a 1, and then after is a 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so it doesn't look like there's a big difference there
No.
before and after the election. And now we're making, it's a big long one, huh?
Yeah, it is. This one has
Let's see. The
access
jitter,
titles,
plus the labs is,
labels.
labels.
Mhm.
And then Smooth. What's smooth doing?
So that creates a line, a linear,
A line.
regression line.
LM least squares regression, is that what it?
Yeah,
And then GG save is saving it somewhere?
that's correct.
And so if I go to files, it'll probably show me it here.
Yes, but now it's also saved.
And now there's a line.
Mhm.
And then there's also a file there, here. And so I could just open it up that way.
That's right.
Okay. Okay.
And that is the end of that lesson.
So if you're doing this for class, you should be doing the lab assignment and turning it into Amber. If you're doing it for fun, you should do the lab assignment and turn it into yourself. Well, we'll see you again next week at the same time, the same place, which is your computer watching us on videos.
That's right.
Thank you, Amber.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah.